based and inclusive society and ensuring equitable access to quality higher education is more urgent than ever. The convergence of generative artificial intelligence and inclusive education opens up new possibilities to remove historical barriers, particularly for marginalized and underserved populations. At Jahangirnagar University, we ensure gender equity by preserving equal numbers of seats for admission and also for residential accommodation for male and female students. Our university is also committed to supporting students with special needs with dedicated quotas and need-based scholarships designed to help those from disadvantaged backgrounds. These are small but important steps towards fostering an equitable academic atmosphere. However, we must also acknowledge our limitations. We have not yet been able to provide state-of-the-art tools and assistive technologies for students with special needs. I am sure many of our universities are facing similar problems. This workshop has been eye-opening in that regard. I am especially encouraged to see that it is not only explores the technological possibilities of generative AI, but also engages deeply with the ethical dimensions as well, such as data privacy, responsible and inclusive use of AI in education. These discussions are vital in helping us building systems that are trusted, fair, and accessible to all. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to all the participants, faculty members, and international partners who have come together for their important issues. I am confident that this workshop will equip us with valuable knowledge on inclusive learning strategies and innovative teaching methods which are essential for transforming our higher education landscape and ecosystem. As a special guest, I ascertain my full support for optimistic initiative like this. I urge all stakeholders from public institutions to private sectors partners to see generative AI not simply as a technological tool but also as a powerful force for social justice, education, educational empowerment, and meaningful transformation. Let us work together to ensure that no student in Bangladesh is left behind. I look forward for a great success. I repeat again, I look forward for a great success in this respect in the days to come. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you, Professor Mahfouz, uh, for your encouragement and commitment to inclusive higher education of Bangladesh. Now, I would like to welcome Professor Saidur Rahman, who is the computer scientist at Bangladesh University of Engineering and Technology, who is a fellow of Bangladesh Academy of Sciences and currently serving as a member of University Grants Commission. So, kindly, sir.
Assalamu alaikum. The Honorable Chair of the opening ceremony of the workshop entitled Generative AI for Good, Widening Access to Tertiary Education in Bangladesh, Professor Saiful Islam, Vice Chancellor of AIUB. Distinguished special guest of the session, Professor Dr. M. Mahfuzur Rahman, Pro Vice Chancellor, Academic of Jahangirnagar University, and Mr. Tawfiq Hassan, the representative from Transnational Education Research TNE of the British Council, the guest of honor and the coordinator of the project, Professor David J. Brown of Nottingham Trent University, UK, the distinguished professors, respected organizers, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and very good morning to you all. It is indeed a great honor and privilege for me to be here today at the opening ceremony of this forward-looking workshop titled Generative AI for Good, Widening Access to Tertiary Education in Bangladesh. I sincerely thank the organizing committee, Jahangirnagar University, AIUB, BUET, and Nottingham Trent University for this kind information, and the British Council for their generous support in making this international collaboration possible. This is a very happy moment for me, since one of my most favorite class teacher, Professor Saiful Islam, is chairing this session. I am very much indebted to him for my professional career. It is human nature to lead a leisurely life by having others do one's work. However, one cannot get work done without effort. Giving instructions to get work done is itself a task, and if the work is to be done by a machine, giving those instructions becomes even more complex. A machine can only perform a set of small basic tasks to make it do something useful. We must provide instructions based on those basic functions. These necessary instructions, especially when given to machines, are known as algorithms. Therefore, to make a machine work efficiently, we need to carefully design effective algorithms. And creating efficient algorithms requires analytical and innovative thinking. Would not it be wonderful if machines could also think? To achieve this, we need to enable machines to mimic human intelligence and thinking skills. This is what we call artificial intelligence. Researchers have long been trying to teach machines to think like humans, using the learning process of human children as model. As a child grows, they learn about their surroundings, collect information, store it in memory, and gradually learn to relate information for decision making. In a similar manner, a machine supplied with enough data and given necessary instructions so that it can learn to relate the data and make decisions. This process is called machine learning. One branch of AI has long been focused on enabling machines, particularly computers, to understand human language, both spoken and written. Analyzing human language with machines is a complex task. In the past decade, researchers have developed a model called large language model to tackle this, where this model is trained on vast amount of text data, helping it understand relationships between words and phrases. Popular examples of large language models, that is LLMs, include OpenAI's ChatGPT and China's recently released chatbot DeepSeek, which has made a notable impact in the tech world. ChatGPT, DeepSeek, and similar tools are classified as generative AI models. It is worth noting that generative AI models are capable of generating new content, such as text, images, audio, video, even code based on patterns learned from large datasets. The recent advancements in large language models and artificial intelligence appear to possess the potential to perform tasks that were once beyond human imagination. The positive impact of AI and ML is not only addressing current challenge, but also in unlocking new avenues for human creativity, innovation, and problem solving. Therefore, to remain competitive in today's world, it is crucial to equip students with proficiency in AI technologies. To achieve this, every department within higher education and technical education should integrate AI-driven problem solving into their curricula. This workshop comes at a crucial time as we strive to build a more inclusive, equitable, and knowledge-driven society, access to equality education remains one of our most powerful tools. The fusion of generative AI with inclusive education represents a bold and timely step toward addressing historical disparities in higher education, particularly for underrepresented and marginalized communities across Bangladesh. Every industrial revolution has been perceived as a threat to human livelihood. Mechanization and automation were feared to cause mass unemployment, yet humanity has always managed to overcome these challenges through its intelligence. However, the threat posed by the fourth industrial revolution is different. This time, it is not just a threat to jobs, but a direct challenge to human intelligence itself. Generative AI is now performing intellectual tasks with ease, reducing the necessity of human creative thinking. But creative thinking is the mental exercise that sharpens our intellect. If people distance themselves from this kind of thinking, they may eventually lose the very ability to think creatively. Let me give a small example. After the release of ChatGPT by OpenAI on November 30, 2022, students have been able to write term papers and research papers using generative AI. While this clearly has benefits, it has also caused significant problems. It has been observed that students are submitting excellent assignments and term papers, yet many of them are unable to answer the relevant questions on the topic. Even though they use AI tools for data analysis, they often do not understand the methods behind the analysis. This is creating an imbalance between the reports they produce and the knowledge they actually possess. Therefore, we must seriously consider the impact of generative AI on higher education, as it has introduced new challenges for educators in both assignment design and grading. Moreover, educators are now raising important questions. Is AI hindering analytical thinking and innovative ideas? Human capabilities are fundamentally linked to observation, inquiry, communication, decision making, autonomy, and a sense of responsibility. The rapid advancement of artificial intelligence not only challenges these core capacities, but also raises new questions about their scope. AI is revolutionizing how we live, think, and work. As machines powered by human-invented AI begin to make decisions in various domains, it is natural to ask what the future of human capacity will look like. Education plays a vital role not only in sustaining human capabilities, but also in developing their evolved forms. That's why it is essential to evaluate how AI is currently impacting the sensitive system education and to predict how it may affect it in the future. The interaction between human capacity and AI and our growing dependence on AI in education is now a reality. It is crucial to closely observe how this growing dependence is affecting the roles of teachers and students and the process of thinking itself. Human cognitive development relies on continuous practice. Human potential expands through the use of different areas of the brain. Therefore, we must all remain mindful of the risk of becoming passive, indulgent users of human-made artificial intelligence, a risk that could gradually diminish our own human capabilities. In the use of applications of artificial intelligence in the field of education, special care must be taken to ensure that it does not become a cause of unequal distribution of technological benefits across different layers of the society. The rapid expansion of AI has raises a concerning risk that control the education and learning may shift from genuine educators to large technology corporations. and profit-driven education business. These to mitigate this risk, it is essential for the government to formulate appropriate policies. Educational institutions are not merely centers for formal learning. Rather, they are also spaces for socialization and hubs for nurturing collaborative interpersonal relationships in the personal realm. Unregulated use of AI in education may disrupt this socialization process and the practice of interpersonal relationships, and we must exercise caution in this regard as well. Another important aspect to keep in mind is that AI models are trained on datasets that may often carry various biases: anthropological, cultural, geographical, commercial, political, gender-based, and more. Many of the current popular generative AI models around the world are primarily based on English, which inherently carries Western culture and linguistic influences. However, education system, knowledge exchange, and teacher-student relationships are deeply shaped by local language, cultures, traditions, public aspirations, folk practices, and norms. The mental frameworks of teachers and students have also been shaped accordingly over generations, and unplanned, unregulated use of AI in this context can suddenly introduce various conflicts, disrupt existing balance, and negatively affect the overall education system. Therefore, to ensure the appropriate and responsible use of AI in education, it is imperative that we establish proper policies, training programs, and monitoring mechanisms so that it does not go against the true purpose of education and the development of human capacities. In recent years, the government of Bangladesh and academic institutions have placed inclusive education at the heart of our national development agenda. Our commitment is reflected in key initiatives. The National Education Policy explicitly promotes equal opportunities for all learners, including those with disabilities and socioeconomic disadvantages. Programs such as stipends for female and disadvantaged students is clear indicators of our resolve to widen access, and we are also implementing ICT-based solutions to bridge the rural-urban divide and ensure education reaches even the remotest corners of our nation. But inclusion is not just access, it is about participation, representation, and equity in outcomes. And that's where the role of technology, particularly generative AI, becomes transformational. These workshops themes from inclusive open practices to curriculum innovation, policy alignment. I am particularly encouraged by the strategic focus on privacy compliant AI tools, which is essential for building ethical and trustworthy systems in education. Let us remember, the equity in education is not a privilege, it is a right. As educators and policymakers and technologists, we must work collectively to ensure that no student is left behind, not due to geographical, gender, ability, or socioeconomic status. Before I conclude, I would like to extend my heartfelt appreciation to all the participating faculty members, researchers, international partners gathered here today. Your dedication to making higher education more inclusive, innovative, and impactful is commendable. As the chief guest, I placed my full support to initiatives like this and call upon all institutions, public and private, to embrace the promise of generative AI not just as a tool to convince, but a convenience, but as a vehicle for justice and transformation. Thank you for your attention. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Professor Saidur Rahman, Member, University Grants Commission, for your valuable support and sharing your insightful information about computer science and its application in inclusive higher education. Now, I would like to request our Honorable Chair of the opening ceremony of this three-day workshop, Professor Dr. Saiful Islam to deliver his closing remarks.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Honorable Chief Guest of today's program, Professor Dr. Saidur Rahman, my beloved former student of BUET, and also while I was the Vice Chancellor of BUET during 2016 to 2020, he worked with me as the Registrar of this university. We were working very happily, and so many good memories with him. And honorable special guest of today's program, Professor Dr. M. Mahfuz Rahman, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Jangidam University. And from Nottingham Trent University, our friend from Professor Dr. David J. Brown, who is probably the lead person to lead the whole team. And Professor Shamim Kaisar from Jamnagar University. Professor Mr. Mushir Rahman, Dean of Faculty of Science, Mr. Mushir Rahman. Professor Dr. Muhammad Saiful Islam, same name with me, also one of my former students, beloved student, of course. And we also work together, who is here today. Our foreign participants, actually, some of them are from Bangladesh origin, but they're working abroad. Professor Dr. Mufti Mahmood, Dr. Arifur Rahman, and Mr. Nicholas Shopland, who is from Nottingham Trent University. Other participants, maybe I don't know the names, but Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning. First of all, my sincerest apologies for not being able to be present here in the morning, and I should have been here. I'm here to say thank you to all of you. Indeed, I say thank you, really, really, I'm from the very bottom of my heart. But again, then, while I was sitting here, I was just recalling, when you see history, it comes from inside. I cannot stop thinking, So I remember that in 1973, I started my first computer programming. We used to say programming, now we say coding. The language has changed. What a transformation. So I was being taught by one of my professors. He's now no longer in this world. Last time he was the professor of Newfoundland University, Canada. He taught us how to write programming using Fortran 2. So first programming was sine and cosine programming. I learned from him. I went to the first ever computer brought to this country, IBM 1620 in Atomic Energy Commission. I'm sorry, I'm taking a couple of minutes from you just to digress some of the history. And then that was a card, it's an 80-column card we used to punch. We had one punching machine which was given by USAID program or something like that to our university, BUET. It was kept in a cool environment, it used to be. And then we used to punch. The 80 columns are there, first 7 columns you don't probably do the comments only. 8 columns is free. Then after that, or from 8 to 80, I've forgotten. 8 to 80, you write your coding, So if you write something on the 7th column, it is ignored. C, there's a comment. So we prepared for each line one card. Each line one card. So remember, if I had 80 cards, I've got 80 lines, I've got 80 cards, Then I used to. In those days, these polythene bags are not available, so I took a shopping bag from my home. So I put it inside and carried it to the Atomic Energy and gave it to the accounting machine. The machine rejected it. It says that syntax error number 000221. What is that? I don't know. Where is it? I don't know. So we went to, can't find anybody who can explain it to us. So ran from here to there to here. So somebody said that this is the mistake, so we found the mistake. In the following morning, I went to my teacher. I said, sir, whatever you've written here, the computer rejected it. He said that your computer is wrong. He was a very humorous person, So basically, I made the mistake in typing. He said, correct it here. The following day, again I failed. So every day at 5 o'clock, we used to go there till 8 p.m. We could work there and come back. It was too slow. Each card they used to draw like that, and accounting machine they used to call the compilers. So if it is there, good, then you submit it to the for running in the next day. So starting from there, we have traveled a lot, and then we have come to Fortran 2. I started teaching in Fortran 2 in 1975, 76, 77. That was the only course we used to teach from electrical engineering. That was computer in our world. At that time, computer department was not there, no other subject. It was similar to the ComFund program course that we have today, but well, similar, but it was the mainframe computer we used to talk about. So I started my journey, Fortran 2, Fortran 4, Fortran I taught. Then we went to Fortran 77, we worked, then another computer came in, Bureau of Statistics in this country. So people who are serious, they used to go there. Then BUET has got this same IBM 4341 machine or something like that, mainframe computer. So great achievement, we used to think that, lots of things we have done, we have achieved, but where do I stand today? So I went to Cambridge in 1984. I found out, that the people, 1983, I found out there is a project going on between Cambridge University and Bell Labs. They were trying to make the computer talk. So every day I used to see the people over there, they're talking, looking at their performance, and the computer fails to talk. And again they were trying. There were a big group, speech synthesis group. And also there's another group which is something like, what is that, vision synthesis. Two groups were working. A famous professor was there, Professor Falside. Unfortunately, he did not live long, but he was a fantastic professor. He had gathered a very big group of genius people, at least 13 research workers were under him. I didn't work directly under him, but I was the person working just adjacent to his groups. And I was a guest user of his computers, VAX 11760 miniframe. So, in the meantime, we have gone through several changes, several kind of things. We went to Cambridge Computer, IBM 3080, which was very powerful machine, used to be controlled by lots of peripheral computers. Job queues were handled by PDP-11, then again VAX 11760. Used to use British Telecom lease line for communicating with the computers through our BBC Micro, which appeared in 1984. First PCs appeared in 1984, at least in Cambridge I saw. So IBM XT machine came, IBM 80 machine came. Magic one after another, Can't keep pace with the changes. Every day things are changing and changing and changing. We're a big computer support group. Now, then in 84 came the laser printer. First laser printer I saw in Cambridge laboratory. It was quite expensive. Digital, I think Digital or something like that. They brought out this printer. That was another magic. So magics after magics, coming up, changes. Then came the clones. So that made us affordable to buy the computer. I bought one computer while coming back home, and the printer, Epson 86, I think, something like 86. So because I bought it, because I wanted to, I had so many papers to write, what shall I do after I come back home? So I bought it and I utilized it. I brought out 50,000 pages I printed with that printer. But still it was working. But the ribbons were not available anymore. Things kept on changing. Operating system changes, PC changes. Every year, every 2 years, things change. Now, you see, with all these things, when I left Cambridge, I saw that their computers were starting to talk. We used to play with their computer and type it and see how the computer repeats. I used to play like that, give two letters together. Can it do it? At that time, it was not that smart even. They were trying to develop ticket selling machine. And indeed, they succeeded in doing that thing. It was a very strong group, both in USA and the Cambridge. Now, I just told you this history because, why do we stand today? See, we are talking about generative AI, artificial intelligence. This is another magic, isn't it? For the last 1 decade or so, magics after magics have been happening in this world. This has been used for good. This has been started being used for bad also. Bad side is really bad, and it's causing harm. We don't know how to control it, but British Council has picked up artificial intelligence, generative artificial intelligence for good. This project is under this British Council program, and British Council history is really worth remembering in this country. They have been working for developing, teachers, the careers, the PhDs programs, the scholarships, and also even after that, in present last 1 decade, they have been working for developing, different types of education systems, organizing going global programs. I just happened to have the opportunity of attending 2 such programs. It's all about, enhancing knowledge, making the society more knowledgeable of the developing countries, So definitely they deserve a big thank you from us. We are very much benefited through the British Council. The British government is giving support to us, scholarships to us. So they have been working relentlessly. Last time the 4 universities, well, let me say the BUET first, So the BUET, Professor Dr. Saiful Islam, Jangina University, Shamim Kaisar and others, and of course Nottingham Trent University is the leader, and we from American International University, Bangladesh, we are also part of it. So 4 universities, have I uttered all the names? Janginagar American International University, and also no, KUFM, King Fahd University of Petroleum Minerals, isn't it? Together. So we are the partners. What have we done? We have been trying to develop toolkit for the underprivileged or disabled students. One thing, which strikes me, you are saying that you're developing the toolkits for the higher education and also for the technical and vocational people. The level is so different. I don't know how we'll match these 2 together. This is a question. Definitely you have worked out. Very happy. Very nice project. This is very much useful, and definitely indeed it is being used for the good. So I can say a lot of things, but want to cut it there because it's becoming boring. The thing is that we are really happy to see all the bright futures, people in front of us. Not to speak of the very strongly flavored research people like Professor Shamim Kaisar, Dr. Saiful Islam, and on our part, Dr. Mustafizur Rahman. I forgot to mention the name of Mustafizur Rahman. He'll be upset. Where is he? Anyway, because he is my person, so I forgot his name. In any way, I definitely remember, I recall, and he's a wonderful person. Your initiative is worth remembering, and the support that we're getting from Nottingham Trent University, from King Fahd University, and our friends from every part of the world, we want to work together. We want to do even better what we have done. I'm sure that we will achieve something good. Thank you very much for coming to Bangladesh. Thank you very much for helping us. We are very thankful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Vice Chancellor, for your nice speech. So at the stage now, it's time for coffee. After the coffee break, we will come back again. Please maintain the schedule. Can we take a group photo together with our all guests? Yes. So please come back. Come here. We will take a group photo together.
How many minutes we are lagging? 17 minutes.
17.
I think so.
No problem. We will manage
we
somehow.
can actually
We will manage
extend
this.
10 minutes then. Because,
Yeah.
we need to do a bit of networking with these distinguished guests. So we're going to resume after 10 minutes the schedule.
Minimum 15 minutes for coffee at least.
Yes.
Yeah. Otherwise, people will feel sleepy.
Yeah, because we need some time because we won't get them every day.
সবাই কাইন্ডলি আসেন পুরোটা কি আসবে পুরো সাইড কি আসবে হ্যাঁ স্যার আসবে তাহলে বেটার হয় সেটা বেটার হয় তাহলে আমাদের একটু জায়গা হবে আপনারা কয়েকজন যদি সামনে বসেন আমাদের জায়গা হবে
Can you recommend the couple of people to go a little bit backward? Sorry for, yeah.
আপনারা আসেন পিছনে চলে আসেন সবাই চলে আসেন দিকে চলে আসেন দেখা যাবে
এটা পুরোটা কভার করবে না?
হ্যাঁ করবে
তাহলে আমরা
স্যার
একদম-
কাইন্ডলি ওই যে ওই পিলারটা আর এই পিলারটার মাঝামাঝি থাকলে বেস্ট মানে পিলারটার মধ্যে থাকলে হ্যাঁ একটু পিছনে চলে গেলে বেটার হয় স্যার
আমার মনে হয় ক্যামেরাম্যানকে আরেকটু পেছনে গেলে
হ্যাঁ আমি যাবো
cover হবে।
কিন্তু এই যে এই টেবিলটা একটু ইস্যু করছে টানার উপায়
আপনি
থাকলে
চেয়ারের উপরে আছেন উঠে চেয়ারের উপরে
আই গেস হ্যাঁ এবার
পিছনে গেলে ভালো হবে
এবার নেওয়া যাবে সমস্যা নেই। হ্যাঁ আসছে আসছে সবাই ক্যামেরা তাকাই চেয়ারটা একটু দেখি রেডি ডান থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার মিস করে গেলেন
হ্যাঁ।
স্যার একটু একটু কাইন্ডলি
প্রেজেন্টেশনটা ওপেন করলেই ডেভিডের পারফেক্ট।
Right. Okay. To the camera. Ready? একটু ক্লোজ হতে হবে। Done. Thank you.